We'll get started. Before we get started, we do want to have some announcements. We are blessed to have our councilman, Mr. Daniel Brightwell. Thank you for attending. And just so you know that Mr. Brightwell was instrumental for this police department acquiring the body-worn cameras, as he, in many meeting settings, had this expectation to acquire these cameras. So thank you for your participation in this event. So again, this is a very exciting day for the city of Southfield and the Southfield Police Department. We made a commitment to this community roughly a year ago that we would have the body-worn cameras outfitted and deployed before the end of the summer. And today we are very excited to say to this community, we are able to keep our commitment and our promise. Acquiring body-worn cameras enhances community trust, manages perceptions of police legitimacy and transparency. And what it does is change behaviors on both sides of the camera. So if there is an event that's deemed questionable, we will be able to show the video. If we need to improve on our tactics or our behavior, we'll make those adjustments. If we need to defend our actions, we will show the video as well to let the community know through full transparency what happened and what we're doing to manage the result of that incident. The policy of the Southfield Police Department will be that if there's any interaction with the community, that the body-worn cameras will be activated to capture that activity and that interaction. It's also important to understand that we chose this particular company. The company's name is Axon. We went through a pretty lengthy process, test and evaluation, to make sure that we acquired the best technology to fulfill the needs of this department. And we chose Axon because we felt this company had the advanced technology features that we need to further this department's expectations. A few examples I'll share with you. The high quality video that Axon offers. GPS locating. So if there's an officer that we are unable to locate, for example, the GPS device inside of the camera will allow us to locate that officer and provide safety for him or her. Video buffering. The cameras are always recording, but certainly there's no technology that you can store all that data. So when the camera is activated, the buffering allows it to go back 30 seconds to capture all activity 30 seconds prior to the activation of the camera, which is very important, and we'll talk about that in a later demonstration. Axon Citizens Assist is another important feature. Many businesses, residences, they have security features to protect their respective properties. And now with Axon Assist, the citizens and the businesses can send through the application videos, photos, audio, so we can enhance our investigations in a very timely manner. So we're very excited about this feature. Redaction. And so there'll come a time when members of this media will ask for video. And it's important to understand that we have to redact certain items to protect the interests of the community and the police department. For example, if there's a citizen captured on the video, and we'll have a demonstration, it will blot out the face. Also, if there's license plates captured, it will distort that as well. And that way we're able to share the video with the media outlets in the community without any type of ramifications of privacy concerns. Taser activation. So the Southfield Police Department is equipped with Axon tasers. So the acquisition of the Axon body cameras allows us to, for example, if the officer activates their taser, the taser will automatically send a signal to the body camera, and the camera comes on to again capture that activity. Video is not perfect, but this product does take us one step closer to accountability and community trust. After the press conference, there will be 2 police officers who will be available. Officer Bridgeport and Officer Bounds will be available to the media if you would like to do a ride-along so you can see how this product works out in the field and be able to ask these officers questions that you may have as relates to their attitude with body cameras. Certainly this is a change in culture. We've previously have dash cameras, but you know, like I know, many incidents take place outside the field view of a camera from a vehicle, because our officers and all officers go into homes, businesses, and so it's important that we capture that activity to, again, enhance community trust. And I keep saying that for a reason, because recent incidents, as you follow what happened in Detroit, for example, what if the Detroit Police Department did not have body cameras that captured those incidents? So I'll leave that as a question for you to answer. I know the answer. And so that's why it's very important for this police department to make the investment, acquire the equipment, and again, enhance community trust. And so I'm going to give a demonstration. I have our detective, Mr. Dan Restum, who is our training coordinator, and he'll give a demonstration by way of our monitor. So if you can please allow Detective Restum to take it from here.
Thank you, Chief. Good morning, everyone. So this is just going to give you a little visual representation of a few things that the Chief touched on. So this is the body camera that we selected. It has several different mounting options, which is good for our officers who have various different assignments which dictate the uniform that they wear. Some officers wear external load-bearing vests, as you see pictured here. Some officers wear a Class A uniform like I'm wearing, and other officers wear a Class B uniform, which is different. So this allows the officer to deploy it. This allows the officer to deploy this effectively in whatever capacity they're in. Axon also has something called Axon Citizen, which allows citizens to share digital evidence with the officer that responds on scene. It's a secure way where the officer can send the citizen a link. That citizen can then upload a photo, video, and audio file, something directly to the secure link and share that with the officer. What's nice about this is the citizen doesn't have to turn over control of their phone to the officer, and the citizen doesn't lose that digital evidence that they have. They're simply sharing it through an app. So just a couple slides here to kind of show you how that would look if you receive that link. It just takes you to your audio, video, photograph file, and you can submit that way. So this will just be a very brief video, which will, if I can get it to work here. There we go. So this is going to demonstrate, it's just a 911 hang-up call, a common call that officers go on. They'll be able to redact out voices, audio, faces, business names. This gives, as the Chief mentioned, one perspective of that encounter. It allows the officer to, or allows the community to see one view of what occurred. So I'll let this play out.
All right. Come on in. Yeah, another time, man.
All right, as long as everybody's all right, that's the important thing. That's the only reason why we're here. Cool. All right, enjoy your day. Hello.
So again, it just gives a single additional view of the encounter that the officers have. And with that, we can turn it back to the Chief for questions.
Another important feature or enhancement that we had to hire, and Mr. Brown, if you can make your way to the front, we hired an individual to manage the body camera system. as I mentioned before, with FOIA requests, with operational needs. And so Mr. Brown has been hired as the body camera coordinator, and that way we have a single person to manage the system. So thank you for what you've done in this process. And with that, I'll open up the floor for questions. Sir.
What's the cost?
So the cost is $1.5 million. We are paying for this over a course of the 5-year period. The funds were acquired from both forfeiture funds and the general funds. It should have happened years ago, to be quite frankly. Body-worn camera technology has been in existence for some time. This is where we are in policing. Transparency, showing what happened in the field to encourage community trust, manage perceptions. And so, again, we're very excited about this day. The Southfield Police Department has really good relationships with the community already. But what better way, with the acquisition of body cameras, to enhance community trust and community relationships?
At times there's been criticism at instances of body cams not working when they should be. Is that a concern for you with this technology?
Well, as I mentioned, technology is what it is. Just a moment ago, you're seeing the good detective struggle for a moment to get the system to play. So things do happen. That's why we hire a body camera coordinator. That's why the Southfield police officers have been trained in the use of the equipment. There's different signals that will allow us to know whether the device is on or off. And so we're always concerned about malfunctions, but we're confident in the Axon purchase, and we'll continue to upgrade the technology as different options become available. But we will manage our perceptions and manage this equipment to the best of our ability. I've said this a few times in my early tenure here in the Southfield Police Department, that the unions have been very supportive of taking this police department to the next level. I was hired, to be very frankly, to come in with a fresh set of eyes and make change to this police department. And we've done that. And so I'm very happy to have a union who sits with us if there's things that are needed to protect the officers as well. This device protects our interests. Police officers are being charged nationally for crimes. What better way to show what happened by way of in-depth, high-quality video, and if we're right, show the public, ease their concerns. If we're wrong, accountability will follow. And so we're not concerned with that aspect of it because, again, this police department understands the importance of transparency. The policy is, with any interaction from this community, that the cameras are activated. So we do have features that aid in that because people do forget. And so, if I give you an example, if Officer Bounds responds to a scene and she has her camera activated, and Officer Bridgeforth responds to that scene, and let's say he forgets to activate his camera, for 30 seconds, the body camera is sending a signal within Bluetooth range. Officer Bridgeport's camera will activate automatically. And so we also have video in our vehicles. Right now that technology is what our former technology, a former vendor that we had. We're going to move forward outfitting our vehicles with the same technology of the body cams by way of Axon. And so there'll be additional triggers. For example, when you turn on the lights, it will activate the cameras. We've set our speed to a certain level to where if it exceeds that speed, then the cameras will turn on automatically. So we'll be monitoring through our investigations as complaints come in, as we review video to ensure that we're using the equipment. But again, I'm very confident that if there's an incident, it will be captured. To be frank, when you look at the fact that we already have dash cameras, these officers have been using that equipment to capture their activities. You've seen in a recent news report of an activity that was captured by way of dash camera. So these police officers have been very much appreciative of the technology because it shows that they're professional, and the body cameras just enhances that need. Today marks the day where we're fully deployed in the field. Officers will abide by the policy of the Southfield Police Department on all shifts, and it happens today. Everybody. Right. Another concern that often comes up when I've spoken to the community about this particular equipment being purchased, well, Chief, will the officers be able to delete their encounters? The answer to that is no. Even the police chief, even I, do not have the ability to delete incidents. And so to ease that concern, the video is sent to the cloud. There's accountability, there's tracking of that video. And again, we're fully transparent in our interactions with this community.
Are the vehicles equipped, or is that in the process?
So the vehicles are equipped with another system. In the course of time, we're going to upgrade those features to be on board with Axon. But whether it's a video from the vehicle or from the officer's body cam, we have both perspective as we speak.
I mean, as far as, you said there's features where it will automatically activate for certain reasons.
Absolutely.
Are those vehicles equipped with that technology yet?
Yes, so when the officer turns on their lights, for example, the camera in the vehicle does turn on.
So thank you.
How many times did you say in the last year or two, I wish we had that body camera? That would help the department or hurt the department either way.
So I can answer that in two different ways. And I'll give you an example, because I mentioned before that we are equipped with dash cameras. And so I've received complaints, to be very candidly, both email and handwritten letters of allegations of particularly demeanor complaints. And as I tell all the community members when I receive the complaint, let me look into it, and I'm going to follow back up with you. And so the complaints that I received, two of them went just like this. I looked at the video, and it did not match the description that was outlined to me. In fact, the officer's behavior and conduct was very professional. I did call those particular complainers back and offer them to come to the Southfield Police Department, sit with me, and look at the video, because as described to me, that did not happen. There's also been times when we could do better. And again, we talk about the idea of accountability, and we move forward in that direction. And so, to answer your question, I'm thankful that we've had incidents that were captured on dash camera. It helps you in the community and the public to understand that the officers are already on board with the idea of capturing their encounters. And so this will just take it just that step further with body cams. Okay. And so at this time, I think, again, I want to thank you all for coming out, spreading this word, because the community has to know that moving forward from today on, they will be captured on video. And again, this changes behavior on both sides of the camera. Thank you. So Officer Bridgeports and Officer Bound are available if any of you would like to take advantage of the opportunity to do a ride-along. Thank you.
So I'm excited we have the body cams. I think there'll be a wide range of things. It's going to show our transparency, going to show those of us that are professional in the field that we are professional, going to show our side. Also for evidence collection, so for example, if I'm in your house interviewing you, my dash cam doesn't see you, so it'll pick that up in the house. That way we can go back and watch it and go from there. This green light here shows that it's ready, so it's on and ready to record. It's not recording right now. When we turn it on, we hit it twice, and then it'll turn red when it's recording. So now it's recording. And then when we're done recording, we just push and hold, and then it saves, and then it goes to the cloud, basically. And so right now, so it'll go back 30 seconds. So from the time I double hit it to start recording, it'll go back 30 seconds of video, not audio, and then continue on from there. So you'll actually hear when you watch the videos, you'll hear the beep when it comes on. So there are GPS trackers built in them. So if, for example, if we are on a foot chase or anywhere outside of our car and dispatch can't get a hold of us, they don't know where we are, they'll be able to locate us via that GPS, and then officers can come to us if we need backup. They'll know exactly where we are rather than just where our car is.
I'm excited about the aspect of being a better report writer, documenting accurately kind of what transpired and being able to go back and review it to accurately depict exactly what happened. With it being new, it's definitely going to take a little acclimation time, but it's a very easy system to use and get used to. It's just getting used to it, just the muscle memory of everything. But the system itself is very easy and user-friendly. There's been countless times where the body camera would be nice to have to just show everyone kind of what happened and to go back and review for training purposes and what you could do better, and then just documenting kind of what transpired. I think it does make us more confident in capturing what exactly transpired, and then being able to go back and review it just in case, because sometimes we only have a limited memory, so you may not remember exactly how you thought it transpired, but being able to go back and review the video is a helpful tool, and it definitely helps us in the long run.
And so this is our current dash cam. You can see it over there. So eventually when we switch to the Axon dash cams, the body cam will sync with that, and whenever one is turned on, the other will also be turned on. So in the training, they told us it'll last at least a 12-hour shift. And on days we work 8 hours, so we should be more than covered. I've never had an issue yet. And I guess no matter if it's recording or if it's just on, it's the same battery life. And so for example, with the 30 seconds, they showed us a video in the training of an officer-involved shooting, and the officer actually, I'm not sure what department it was or what their policies were. However, after he got into the shooting, he remembered to turn on his camera. So it went back that 30 seconds and it captured the whole shooting and what led up to it, rather than just right after the shooting. After we save each video, we can go in either on the computer or on our phone if we have the app and tag it. So we'll put the incident number on there and the type of incident, and then that it'll save to the app just for that day, and then after that we have to go to a website, and then that's where they're all stored. So it's stored on a cloud, but we can access it on a website. So at the end of the day, these get docked, and that's how they charge up and they upload.
I can say as officers, we're very excited for this new technology. We don't have any negative thoughts about it. It's just something new. It's just a new tool for us to get used to, just like in the past. We didn't have all this gear and equipment, but as times go, demands of the job require new tools to be used. And this is one of the tools that we're happy to have.